There hasn't been quite enough drama here lately. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I hate her for fridgescaping? Not the asshole. Recently, my wife has taken to fridgescaping. I guess it's a recent trend because I've never heard about it before this. She started decorating our Okay, never mind. I've heard of this. I saw one that was like Lord of the Rings decorated. I'm not really a Lord of the Rings type of guy. So maybe I don't have like the interest in Lord of the Rings to understand. But like, who like it was like a hyper decorated inside of the fridge, and it was just like, why? You know? Like, it's too much work for something that I'm going to be using and just ruining. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you were to have kids, right? Kids are going to mess that up within the day. All that effort. But whatever, to each their own, you know, do whatever you want in your free time. But anyways, she started decorating our fridge, and it was really getting on my nerves. For example, she put flowers in the fridge in vases in front of food, so you have to move things just to get to the food. She put all our food in fancy baskets, jars, and similar things. I know it sounds absurd, but if you just search up fridgescaping, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. He didn't even put exactly in there, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel like if you both agree to it, it's harmless, but I can easily see within the first week, I'm getting really tired of moving this like jar of roses or whatever that she wants near the front to match the theme. Because if you instantly move it to the back, you know what I mean? If you go, well, I want, I don't know, whatever, the cheese on the top row, and you go to move it back, that jar, she's going to come back and be like, why did you ruin my fridgescaping? I mean, maybe not. I don't know. You know, I'm not in a relationship with a fridgescaper. But anyways, I could very easily see how it would be insanely annoying. I didn't care at first because I don't have to use the fridge much anyways. I don't cook a lot. But she's getting too meticulous with it and adding too much decor. It's made the fridge very uninviting for me. She gets upset when I get something from the fridge and I don't put things back perfectly. This is what I'm talking about. She keeps taking it as a personal slight and acts as like I've done something to deliberately hurt her when I haven't. I just find it unnecessary to maintain such an organized fridge. Before she started this, it would take me 30 seconds to grab something quick from the fridge, whereas now it's a whole ordeal. A whole 40 to 50 seconds. Last weekend, she confronted me after I grabbed some leftovers from the fridge and left it in disarray, according to her. I explained how I find the hobby stupid and she can decorate other things. It doesn't have to be the fridge. It gets in the way when I want to quickly eat. Amen, brother. When I come home from work hungry and tired and want to grab a quick bite, it's frustrating. I also talked to my son about it and he finds it annoying, which I told her. She didn't argue back after that, and she's removed all the decorations from the fridge, which I have to admit has been relieving. But she's also been acting very distant towards me and just hasn't been herself, and has been weird intimacy-wise. Imagine the intimacy of your relationship being drowned out because you weren't a fan of the fridge decorations. You know, and I'm all for like decorations and hobbies and whatnot, but there's some practical stuff, right? Like I don't want to ever, like I don't want to have to move things to get in the fridge unless the fridge is filled with food. I'll move food out of the way to get to other food that's behind said food. But like I'm moving flowers now, I'm moving little decorations, you know? Next you're gonna tell me I'm gonna have to solve a puzzle to get my toilet paper. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. You're crazy. I don't think you're an asshole. Maybe I'm sure some people would consider you an asshole here. I mean, it says not the asshole up at the top, but I'd imagine like this seems like the type of thing somebody would be like, why she's not allowed to have decorations? You know, it's like sometimes you read a comment that's like, do you even love your wife afterwards? And it makes me laugh because it's like, do you even like your wife? You know what I mean? Not just love. Do you even like being around your wife? But then I read stories like this and I know I'm going to see that comment. And it's just like, it doesn't really apply here. This is just it's a very annoying hobby that people have picked up. I mean, was it nice to call something she put time and effort into stupid? Probably not. Oh, I would guess that's true, man. You don't have to be mean about it, but you know, my move would have been to call it impractical, especially as it's a communally used appliance and not fully in her control. See, it's funny that I would read this comment because I remember when like, the one dad was tired of like turning on the TV in the morning and not being able to see anything because his daughter lowered the brightness to the absolute minimum, and when the sun was out it was impossible to see. I remember people saying like, you think you could just control everything in the house? But apparently you do have some control over the fridge. I don't know. That was just one case that was very interesting to me. Let's sort by controversial. I gotta imagine there's somebody that's like, "You're the worst. How dare you?" Fridgescaping is quite possibly the dumbest and most ridiculous waste of time and resources I have ever heard of. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I mean, I can understand this idea of like everything in your house being visually appealing. You know, it'd be nice if I opened the fridge and it looked like, I don't know, some Harry Potter ass fridge, but was also like practical. You know what I mean? I understand. With us, it doesn't need to look like Harry Potter land, but it can still look good and clean. To pretty definitively not the asshole. That's just interesting. I feel like if this was on TikTok, people would consider you the asshole. I think people should stop being so understanding about everything. Decorating the inside of the fridge with flowers and stuff is bloody stupid. I'm surprised I'm not saying a single "you're the asshole." You're an asshole. Flowers to move every time is annoying, but it's not difficult to put something back in the basket you got it from. Just because you don't think it's necessary doesn't make her effort to keep things organized stupid. You can't go from nothing to insulting your wife and being surprised she's not wanting anything to do with you. You need to speak up civilly first to find a compromise that works for both of you and without putting your children against her as well. Keep your wife off of TikTok. I mean, I know it came from TikTok, but, it's different things. I wonder what YouTube thinks about it. Like, what would YouTube over, not just like my viewers, but like YouTube as a whole, I wonder where they sit on it. Because I feel like if you hop on TikTok, they would consider OP to be an asshole. Reddit considers them not the OP to not be the asshole. So I don't know. Dumbest trends, you're the asshole. If marriage is a partnership with compromise and a two-way conversation, I guarantee she hates something you're passionate about but has shown support because she loves you. Well, she should speak up about that. You should speak up. Just because it's like, I know that I play this a lot where it's like, it's your partner. There's like, you probably tolerate more with them, but that doesn't mean that if something really bothers you, you shouldn't speak up about it. You know what I mean? But, in my case, speaking up about it doesn't lead to like getting the cold shoulder for a week like some of you guys. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. See my wife fall asleep as I told her about how my fishing morning went because she asked me about it. My father used to belittle my mother about shows she liked to watch, Johnny Carson and the like. It impacted her a lot. Divorced in '85. Hope you're happy. What? I don't know. You don't belittle your significant other for the shows they watch? Come on, man. You're the asshole for how you told her, saying it's dumb, hurt her feelings. It is dumb. It is pretty dumb, but it is what it is, man. I probably wouldn't say it like that to you, but I would say it's not very practical. It's not very practical, like that person said. That way nobody can get mad at me. But I'm just voicing my opinion. Anyways, not the asshole.